Let's do a basic web overview of the Engenius Wireless Access Point Wave 2 edition. And the basic difference between the Wave 1 and the Wave 2 is the Wave 2 operates between 80 and 160 megahertz, whereas the Wave 1 goes 1 through 80. So you end up with about a third faster connection. So if after we log into the device, we see a device status. It tells us the serial number, tells us MAC address information, country, etc., etc. Also tells us some memory and IP address, and this is an IP address that was changed from the default. And then we have IPv6 information, which is the default IP that came on. And then we have the wireless LAN information. There's the 2.4 gigahertz is set up, and that's BG and N. And there is the SSID. And then on the 5 gigahertz, we see the same information. So if we go to connections, we can see right now there are no connections, but we can certainly do one here shortly. And we've got CPU loading. This is the CPU information, sort of like Task Manager in Windows. And we've got traffic information, shows any kind of traffic that's been going on. And connection information, how much bandwidth they're using. Then under network, there's our IP address where we can change to any IP that we want. There is the wireless information, so it shows our 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And here we can make various different changes. And then down here we have our 2.4 gigahertz wireless setting. So if we want to change the default SSID, we would do so there. We could go ahead and click edit, and we can see there's our passphrase, never guess. And there's our encryption. I changed that to AES and WPA2 PSK, which is the strongest of everything. So even though you see the WPA Enterprise, Mixed Enterprise, for pre-shared key, this is definitely the way to go. If you have certificates, then you can go with one of the Enterprise options. We have enable fast roaming, so you can move from access point to access point and be able to disconnect quickly from them and connect to the other. In this case, we just have the one access point, so we don't need to do that. We could also filter the MAC address, so we can allow only specific MAC address devices, so that way not everybody can connect just because they have the password. And then we have wireless traffic shaping as well for the more advanced users. And we have the same information for our 5 gigahertz as well. And here we can also set up a guest network, so that way you can have an internal network and a guest network, and the two will not talk to each other. All right, let's go on back to the management under advanced. And here we have SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. If you want log files sent off about connectivity to another device, you can say where it is that you'd like that sent to right in this IP address box. So again, this is for the advanced users. Not everyone's going to do this, but usually in an enterprise they will add something like that. You can also enable the command line settings, which by default they are enabled, or you can disable them if you like, and SSH settings if you want. So you can do command line work in a secure setting, would be SSH, and HTTPS as well if you want to go with the built-in certificate in the device. So right now we're connected just through HTTP, which means there's no certificate. You can also set up an email alert if you want. Then we have the time zone, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can change the time zone to wherever you live. And then we have a scheduler, which is really nice. So it'll automatically reboot, and you can also set it to schedule when wireless is going to be available. So you can turn it off at night when you're not using it if you'd like. It'll also keep people from hacking it because it'll be off. Then you have ping, traceroute, NSLOOKUP, etc., etc. So if we want, just for fun, we can choose the ping just to see what that looks like. So we'll put 8888 for Google, and then click start, and we should see some responses here in just 1 second. And there we go. We see 0 packets received, 100% packet loss. Well, that means that there's something wrong. We're going to have to fix that, aren't we? Then we've got under System Manager Account, we've got Administrator Username. You could go in and put in the current password and put in your new password if you'd like. And you can go to firmware. You can go to Engenius.com, go to the support area, and download the latest firmware. As you can see, this one's 1.0, so there's got to be something newer than that. And then you choose the file by browsing to it, and then you go over to upload, and it will upload the file from your computer into the web browser, into the access point, and then you can go ahead and get the latest version. You can also take a look at the logs, see what's been going on, see if anybody's trying to hack you. Some of this is a little bit more advanced, but you can also filter with the types of information and show things such as just errors or critical information. So we don't have any errors. We have probably some warnings is my guess. Yep, there's some warnings. We have a country code, is country code valid message, so we're going to have to check that out. So that's an overview of the website, the built-in website that comes into every Engenius wireless access point. And this is the Wave 2 model. We've got a lot more videos to show you, some more advanced with lots of good explanations, so stay tuned and check them out.